Okay, I think we are live. We are live. Well, look at that. Okay, folks. Uh, Welcome to another Thursday night travel talk with Spidey, and we're going to do some the eastern part of Guatemala, the north part of Guatemala. I know a couple of shows ago we did a lot of where this is near Lake Atitlan and Antigua, but and that's more to the south and the west, and now we're going to go up to the north and the east. And I want to welcome in the chat. Yes, it's really late, but Gorilla's Censored Thoughts is here with us. Thank you very much. And apparently, some has some sort of court restriction where he can't move for 14 years. So that's sorry to hear that. And hello, Miss Catonic Madman. Good to see you. Tikal. It's Tik Al. Tikal. It's what was on the thumbnail for the show. It's an archaeological site dating back where they've been the the native peoples had been building there for about 800 years and have been adding on to it. And it's an incredible temple site, possibly one of the best temple sites, in my opinion, in all of Central America and including Mexico as well. So, yeah, that's childish. Yes, I understand. Yes, of course. Got it. Well, yeah, kids will do that. I just spent Christmas over with my brother and his kids, and that was a lot of fun. So this right now, and let's just make sure that we are on. Yeah, it looks like we're doing good on the YouTubes, and yeah, let's just try and share that out with a bunch of our friends. Yeah, let's just make sure that everyone knows we're live here. So what we're looking at right now, I've got a couple of pictures of southern and western Guatemala, and so this is near Lake Atitlan, and it's just gorgeous there. There's some volcanoes all around the region, and it's just amazing, just incredible. So let's keep going, just to show you that Guatemala has beauty, not only in the well, we're going to take a look in the northeast, but also in the southwest. So yeah, it's gorgeous. Lots of volcanoes everywhere. And yeah, I would have started earlier, but it's been a busy day. Had lots on the go. But yeah, this is there's Lake Atitlan in Guatemala right there. And Gorilla's Censored Thoughts says, why is it the one night of the year I want to be up very late? I fall asleep before midnight. Then nights like this, I can't sleep. That's exactly the way it goes. It's exactly the way it goes, Gorillas. Lake Atitlan in Guatemala, gorgeous. You can take these little boats for not a whole lot of money, just all over the lake. And we looked at that just a couple of weeks ago. And again, the volcanoes all around the lake. Some of that is clouds, and some of that is smoke coming from the volcanoes. And some of the market food. And again, it cut his head off. Sorry about that, dude. He's a younger guy. Didn't mean to cut your head off. But yeah, delicious street food all over Guatemala. And yeah, there's near... I think that's probably Antigua, one of the markets there in Antigua, thereabouts. Yeah, loved the nightlife, and that's actually one of the shots from my main channel page is taken from that shot. Gorilla says, my sleep-deprived brain wants to be a smartass. Go ahead, man. Absolutely. Fill your boots. We appreciate smartassery here. So catching the bus, and you can do, it's a few hours ride up from from say any of the bigger cities. You can get to Tikal. It's a main destination for a lot of the bus rides, and they're pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not a luxury tour bus, nothing like Mexico, but I mean, it's not incredible. And yeah, Sashi, absolutely, they look like Asian markets. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Love markets all over the world, and welcome, Sashi. So where was I? Well, here I'll actually uh, moving on. Yeah, so there you go. Just gorgeous countryside moving up through the northwest, yeah, from the southwest into the northeast, and that would have been probably would have gone through back through Guatemala City. Yeah, so this is leaving Guatemala City and going up to the up into the northeast part of Guatemala. And just gorgeous scenery, very lush. They've got a lot of vegetation, and of course the volcanic soil is volcanic soil is pretty good for growing stuff. So I hear, and yeah, the roads were a little bumpy. I mean, they're not highways. They're certainly not asphalt, but and then the low hanging clouds was just incredible, beautiful. And there you go. Yeah, and of course the bus has a snorkel attached in case we have to go through any water. But fortunately, we didn't have to do that. And there's one of the local mountain towns where we stopped and got some snacks and refreshments and stretched the legs and got a little bit of the view. And then this is we found this place to stay not far from Tikal and Semuc Champey. You could go online and find a number of lodges. They're generally listed as lodges, and this was right on the river, which was gorgeous, and it had a steam room there too, right beside the river, so you could build a little fire and then go inside the steam room, the sauna, and relax and use river water to pour over the rocks and get some steam going. There's the sleds in the river. The river was warm enough to swim. Absolutely, it was. And just a real nice, chill outdoor area to enjoy, and not a lot of people. It was pretty uncrowded. Pretty happy about that. And again, just I mean, this is what I imagine Indonesia would look like in parts of Malaysia. I would think, perhaps the Philippines as well. I know some parts of Thailand, although they're on the other side of the world. Parts of Thailand definitely looked kind of like this in a way. So now we're riding. So we're leaving the lodge here, and we're riding in the back of a pickup truck, going to the Semuc Champey, and you can ride to Tikal as well for cheap. Okay, so here we're going to the local caves and waterfalls, and that's our walkway. See, it had rained during the night, and so the walkway without railings that you can see submerged. Yeah, that's what we got to walk across to get to the caves, and here the river flows through the caves, so you actually have water going through there. So yeah, that's and yeah, it's pretty beautiful waterfalls in this region, northeast Guatemala. And there is a better view of the walkway. That is a path. That is a walkway, and it's the river on either side. So it's a good. One guy did fall off and scrape his knee. It's about 3 feet of water on each side of that. So don't fall off of that. They should really have railings, but it's whatever. It's Guatemala, Central America, South America, all the same. You got to be responsible for your own safety. Sashi says there's a local delivery guy that modified his underbone motorcycle to include a snorkel so he can use it during floods. Very smart. And hello, Carla Burton. Hi and welcome. We're just looking at northeast Guatemala, north central, northeast, central east. Sashi says, "Yup, similar looking terrain in certain areas. Cameron Highlands, where our tea plantations are. It's a popular tourist destination." Well, Sashi, if I can get some work and get some money saved up, hopefully I'll be coming to see those the next couple of years, and doing some filming while I'm there. Just taking some gorgeous of the Cameron Highlands. Okay, taking some videos and pictures of those. Hello, Dadman. Can't stay. Need sleep or work tomorrow. These are cool streams. Hey, thanks, Dadman. Appreciate it. And I want to say hello to West Kagle as well. So yeah, this is the walkway leading to the underground cave that we're going to walk through, and there's the waterfall spilling right on over the walkway. And yeah, the river continues on right down through. And we're descending down now into the cave. And that's right, the river flows down with us. And that's okay. Don't worry, folks. We don't have lights of any kind, electronic, but we do have candles. So the candles, hopefully the water level doesn't rise too much. West Kagle, your timing is oddly specific. He came just in time to see the bikinis. And Dadman says, hello, Carla Burton. Again, it was such a pleasure to ring in 2025 with you. Absolutely, Dadman. I was watching you guys do it. I was watching you guys all ring it in. You had a great panel the whole night. I think when I was ready to jump on, you guys were ending. So there you go. Yeah, speaking of bikinis, butt cheek. Yeah, so there you can see the water is up to our belly buttons as you go down in there, and that last guy is the really white guy without any sun. He's got another step or two down, and then you walk along in through the cave, and it goes for we were in there for a good 40 minutes probably, and it's okay. We had candles, and there was a little string to follow, and the bikinis would believe in the power of the bikini, and you'll be fine. And there you go. See, that's what it's like. Wonderful. Hello, the lovely Sherry. Excuse me. So yeah, this was an incredible. Now I did have a waterproof camera, one of those disposable waterproof cameras, but it did fog up. It was pretty humid and warm in there, believe it or not. Quite warm and humid. So it was inside the plastic casing was getting some humidity and fogging up. So as you can see, and there was pretty good flow in the water. Sashi says our only casino is located on a hill too. It has a lot of surrounding greenery. Genting Highlands. Okay. Man, I'd love to check that out. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. No, I'm fascinated with that part of the world, and especially because everyone's my size. So, and everything around you is convenient if you're not 6 foot tall. So this woman was cooking, I believe, a big fat chicken, just throwing it right on the grill, and she dispatched of it pretty quickly and right on the grill. So there's native cooking, folks. And it says, this is Spanish. It says, welcome to the National Monument of Semuc Champey. And it's got incredible jungle walks and a beautiful hillside where you can walk up and get a viewpoint that overlooks the waterfalls and the river. And there's natural forming pools as well. The pools are not man-made. They're pretty... I mean, they've been man-altered, perhaps, but pretty much natural, and they're amazing. Oh, okay, thanks, Carla. Gotcha. But yeah, here's Semuc Champey. And there it is from above. From this is out from a helicopter. This is a viewpoint where I said you can walk up the hillside, and it's quite a hike. But you go up there, and this is from the cliff sides overlooking down below, and just incredible beauty there. And I didn't even know. Uh, yeah, I didn't even know that this really existed, and yeah, but here you go. It's something that I think is one of the most beautiful things in Guatemala, and yeah, I had no idea. It was fantastic. So pretty happy to stumbled upon it. And once you're backpacking through a country, I mean, you hear about places that you never heard about when you were home, and you hear things. That's why I love staying at backpackers hostels, because yeah, you can learn about these things. So, and of course, the hostels, if they're any good, or the hotels, they will advertise the different highlights and sites of the region. And of course, Tikal is one of the most amazing archaeological temple sites in all of Central America. So they would advertise anything nearby, and this is in the same region right here. And yeah, Carla, thank you very much. We will we'll see if we get anyone. Show. I did message a couple of people, Carla, and so I would like to have one other person. And if I'm by myself in another few minutes, I'll send you the message. And I know you're probably driving somewhere gorgeous. And hello, saying hello. Yes, you'd be the national average here, Sashi says. Yeah, in height, yeah, 5'6". Yeah, cool. See, I love it. Saying, yeah, I really felt at home in Thailand and China, Japan. Yeah, absolutely. So moving on, this is Semuc Champey. And there's the limestone cliffs looking ahead, and you can see the little bit of water down in the bottom corner closer under my photo here. So that's the river with the different tiers, and they just sheer limestone cliffs, but covered in vegetation, just teeming with life, plants and birds. That's mist from the warm water and from the vegetation, I would imagine. And imagine you can hear howler monkeys and all kinds of macaws and parrots in the background there. And yeah, I zoomed in with my not so good camera at the time to get a little better look, and I've got some photos coming up where we go right down in the pools. Speaking of which, so there's down on the ground, folks, down at ground level. We were just looking at it from above, and now here's what it looks like right down at eye level, and it was warm. It was warm. It was comfortable. You could stay in it and not, it was definitely bathing suit weather. Not tropical, not like Australian beach weather, because it is, when you get, this is not on the coast, and so anywhere not on the coast, you're at altitude in Guatemala, so it's not as hot as anywhere coastal. It's not exactly Thailand, but it was certainly warm, and had no problem staying in the water and exploring all, like, it's soft sand and some rocks that weren't sharp, so you can walk all through those pools and explore, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. I want to say that was a few hours drive. That was, yeah, the better part of a day from Guatemala City, because well, they don't exactly go super fast on those roads over there. What altitude? Well, just in general, I'm saying when you get away from the coasts in Guatemala and much of South America or Central America, well, and South America, you start to gain altitude. So you quickly lose the tropical coastal weather. I don't know what altitude Semuc Champey is at. It's certainly not at sea level. I know that. It's, yeah, because you could tell it wasn't. If you've been to Thailand or anywhere, Australia, at sea level in the tropics, it's humid and warm, more than here, more than what we're looking at. Hello, hello, Suzanne. I don't know, Carla. See, if I had a co-host, if William Shakespeare was here or West Kagle, I bet you they could tell you what altitude Semuc Champey is at. Hello and welcome. Wow. Hello, Daniel's Hot Topics, and hello and welcome, West Kagle.
Hey, what's going on?
I, just looking. Have you been able to see some of these photos here?
Yeah, I just got in when the bikinis were being shown. So,
Well,
uh,
thanks for
yes,
thanks for coming on.
no problem. You can, yeah. I hope everybody can hear me. I got to be a little bit on the quieter side. I'm not in my
Same,
regular location, so yeah.
same here. Yeah, I'm not alone here either, so I can't be yelling. But so, in case people don't know, Guatemala is quite tropical, and there's a lot of water in the central regions of Guatemala, and this is one of the undiscovered um, tourist sites and attractions that I had no idea of until I got in country. And oh, hey, you have some fans. Carla Burton is pretty excited. And hello, Rob Altus. We're just looking at central northeast Guatemala.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country. It's definitely some beautiful country.
It is, and I was just explaining how where this is at altitude, it's anywhere in Guatemala away from the coast or Central America, you tend to go up in the mountains, and so it's not the same as like say Thailand when you're right at sea level, or Australia where you're right, Hawaii where you're right on the beaches. Here you're up at altitude, so it's a little chillier. And but just gore, it was certainly warm enough to swim at. How have you been, buddy? How was Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Yeah,
Glad
I,
to
I
see
saw
you
you.
again.
I saw
Yeah,
you on multiple streams, my friend.
yes. I try to support as many people as I possibly can. There's a lot of good people here, so. But yeah, I'm sorry I missed the bonfire. I wish I had been home. I would have done a simultaneous bonfire at the fire pit we got at the house. But
But that would have
been
been
away.
fun.
Yeah, I've been away. I've been away since the December 23rd, and probably not gonna be back until maybe Monday, I think. So,
Oh wow.
but yeah,
Okay.
next time you do a bonfire, I'm gonna start a fire, go out back. I don't care how
And we'll
cold it is.
Yep. And we'll do it up. No, we'll do it up. We'll make it happen. Oh, that sounds awesome. And to answer the question that was posed, this is in Alta Verapaz in Guatemala. It's at 380 meters, which is about 1,250 feet, is the altitude or the elevation of this region.
Yes, Carla. I've been giving out multiples to people who deserve it on Twitter all day long.
Oh, dear God. That's funny. And so, just beautiful, beautiful, wonderful place to go to. And it wasn't expensive. And it wasn't overcrowded with tourists. A lot of people go to Mexico, but just over the border. Now, this is not far. You can catch buses from Mexico to this region, to Tikal, as a matter of fact. Um, crossing the border, of course. And there's just not as many tourists going through Guatemala, so I found it quite enjoyable. This would have been, 10, would have been 10 years ago, right nearabouts, yeah. So, not wouldn't have changed that much.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. So, what do you have any? Have you ever read much about Guatemala, or have you been there, or do you know anything about it?
I know. Isn't Tikal the Tikal was in a big struggle with much of the Aztec Empire. I forget what I remember reading about Tikal before. I wish I had brushed up on it, but I can remember it being a big struggle. Tikal was a big wasn't it a big Mesoamerican city at one time?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's about 800 years old, and the people have been well, the Mayan civilization, it says here,
Yeah,
the Mayans were the ones that started it, but they've been adding to it over the last 800 years. And it's been part of a national park, of course, since before I was born. And it used to be called Yaks Mutal, apparently Yaks Mutal,
hmm,
and it's one of the largest archaeological sites of the entire Mayan civilization, as a matter of fact. So, and it was, I can tell you from personal experience, this is my well, we'll get to after we finish with the waterfalls. We'll get to it, but yeah, it's my favorite temple site, probably in the west. Well,
yeah, it's pretty preserved.
in the northern
Good.
hemisphere,
Yeah,
in the northwestern hemisphere. Yeah, certainly in North America and Central America. Absolutely. You're talking about, if you're talking about the Western Hemisphere, then you have to, of course, talk about Machu Picchu,
oh yeah, yeah,
which we've done a stream on, as a matter of fact. Machu Picchu in Peru, of course, but Tikal is really, really, really incredible. It's not as, Machu Picchu, because of its location,
yeah.
is just super impressive.
Yeah,
That that
they're both impressively amazing for different reasons. Tikal, just
Yep.
because of the extravagance of it, but Machu Picchu, because how the heck did they build that way up there?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Helicopters, obviously. Okay. So here,
UFOs.
so we're leaving. So here we're leaving the waterfalls and going back to the lodge that we're staying at in the countryside. And so now we're on the back of a pickup truck in the back, and I'm looking over top of people's heads. And here's the hood. You can see the hood of the pickup truck, and we're going over this bridge that well, it's a cable bridge. Hopefully, well, I made it. Obviously, we made it. There we go. There's more of the bridge and overlooking, and people living right on the river. Like, how would you like to live there, West?
Wow, yeah. You know what? Now that Elon has given us Starlink, I could be comfortable there.
Right? We could do live streams right from there.
Yes, yes, yep.
That would be so much fun, man. Yeah, I'm happy with that. With that whole everything about that, I'd be happy with that lifestyle as long as you had access to food.
Yeah,
Either growing it yourself or and you'd want a cheeseburger every once in a while.
yeah.
But
The
they had
aforementioned
Coca
helicopter
Cola.
will come in handy.
Coca Cola was everywhere there. So
Oh, there you
with
go.
the real, they didn't
Real
have
sugar.
friggin' corn syrup in it either. It was sugar
Yep,
cane, and it was
yep.
friggin' delicious. And I don't know, I'm pointing at you, but it's sugar cane.
Oh, absolutely. That's why you got to buy. You go to the grocery store. You got to go to the ethnic aisle and buy Mexican Coke if you want to buy
Ooh,
Coca Cola because it's real sugar. They have it in Shoprite. I know that. So
there you go. Did not know. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. Well, I don't know if the same exists up in Canada.
it's
Maybe.
possible. You just look for it. It's Coca Cola. It says a product of Mexico on
Okay.
it on a label. It usually comes in a pretty big,
Right.
bottle, glass bottle.
And if it's product of Mexico, then was made in Mexico, of course.
And I've actually started seeing the same in the same section with the Mexican Coke. I've been seeing Mexican Sprite and Mexican, I think it was Fanta, and they all had
Ooh, I love
the
Fanta.
sugar. Yeah, they all had the real sugar. So
Yeah, there we go. And I can't read Spanish, but basically it's telling you what region you're in.
hmm. Still
Oh,
a pretty good altitude, yeah, with that fog bank. That looks like
well,
you're in the clouds, yeah.
yes, but I think that's a lot of the moisture coming up out of the jungle
Out
and the
the
river.
jungle, right? Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
because I mean, 1,250 feet. That's not all that much elevation, really.
No,
I
no.
mean, not really. I mean, we had to drive over mountains to get there. I guess we might have been a little higher up. Okay, so here we are at Tikal. This is the Mayan site of Tikal, which is not far from Semuc Champey. And this guy, it's it's a Cotamundi. I wanted to say barramundi, but barramundi is a fish in Australia. This is a Cotamundi.
Oh,
Cotamundi, and they're all over the Tikal National Park. And there's a scale model. So there's a museum at the gate. So before you go into the actual archaeological site, you can go to this little museum at the ticket center where the bus parking lot is, and you can go in and you can sort of appreciate what you're going to go see. And the actual site, the actual buildings are covered in jungle and vegetation. So it's hard to see and really appreciate it when you're out there. So having this scale model was really helpful to look at that first, and then you really get an idea.
yeah.
And it's hard to see this all in one day. You're going to need a couple of days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's huge.
Oh, yes, Sashi. Do you mind reading this?
Sashi says, "Be sure to get the correct Mexican Coke." Yes, you don't want to get the imported Bolivian marching powder in Mexico.
There. Well, I didn't want to say I didn't want to sound like a smarty pants, but Carla Burton nailed it. Yeah,
Yes.
transpiration, absolutely, with all the moisture coming up out of the trees. And can you read this too?
Carla says, "We love nearly 90 meter. Oh, we live nearly 90 meters altitude, and we are sometimes in the clouds." Wow.
No kidding. Yeah, right.
I suppose
Hello,
it
lemon
depends on the
pie.
geography. If you've got mountains to your back or anywhere near the area and you're close to the other side, you can get a lot of moisture build up in low hanging clouds all the time.
Yeah, you're right. And especially if it's warmer, where it would have been here, it was
Right.
shorts and t-shirt weather. And this is the Cotamundi as well. And hello, lemon pie. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, the Cotamundi. Now they weren't mischievous. If like the monkeys in Gibraltar, the Rock of Gibraltar, the monkeys up there will take your stuff. The monkeys in Costa Rica and India, especially in India, ask Indiana Jones. Marrakesh, Indians in Morocco, Marrakesh. Well, the Indians in Marrakesh, the monkeys. Well, the Indians too. The monkeys in Marrakesh will mess with you. So these guys did not. These little guys they were more like cats, honestly. And yeah, they do have and I was just looking them up again to refresh my memory. They have a feline quality to them. Yeah, they were kind of like cats and monkeys crossed. They were kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Cotamundi. Yeah, cool little guys.
Almost look like a subset of lemur or something.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Hello, DVB. Hello, and welcome to you. Welcome. Thanks for being here, DVB. We're just looking at Guatemala, and we're in the central northeast part of Guatemala in Tikal. So one of the most incredible. There it is, right there.
Oh yeah.
One of the most incredible archaeological sites. It's the Mayans, the pre-Mayans. The Mayans were building things there for the last 800 years or more.
Yeah. Have you seen when they first rediscovered the city? Have you seen pictures of it when they first found it and what they've had it today? The comparison,
If you go to the museum that I was just showing you, this museum here. In here, they've got photos of what it was like and they show pictures of during the restoration process and the progress, and that was really interesting.
It must have been an impressive work because it was really reclaimed by the jungle when they first found it.
Well, and they've done an excellent job, as you can see. The biggest difference I found between these temples and anything you'll find that I saw in Mexico, even Tulum, where these temples have a lot of vegetation around them, a lot of grass and plant life and materials um, that you don't find in some of the Mexican sites, or well, all the Mexican sites that I've been to. But this was just incredible. So lots of jungle still here, and DVB is being greeted. Rob Altus says, I saw some monkeys in Taiwan in the mountains. That's right, Rob Altus. I know you were in Taiwan not long ago, right? And I would love to have you come on, and we'll do it early. We'll do it as early as you want. And I'd love to have you, if you wanted to, show off some of your pictures and tell us what you saw. That'd be fantastic. And it's not like a history cultural lesson. All we're doing here is looking at the photos and making commentary on what it was like there, and maybe giving some people an appreciation for what it was like to travel through there, and provide some context for what we're looking at. And happy to have West Kagle as a co-host this week. And yeah, have you ever been to Taiwan, West Kagle?
No, I haven't. But I actually I would like to. I've seen pictures, obviously, and I've explored many regions vicariously through photos and books and so forth. But I'm sadly not very well traveled, except for within the United States itself, and even there sparsely.
That's thanks, DVV. That's hilarious. I remind you of Bob Ross. Happy little clouds and happy little temples. Well, I can't talk too loud because my housemate's not far away. And yes, Rob Aldous, if you could make a small album, that would be fantastic. Yeah, it sure does, man. Yeah, it is. It's a great place, a beautiful island, Taiwan. Man, let's set it up.
It'd be cool.
I think we're connected on Twitter. You can find me at Spider_Canadian. But now I did take a look at and try and figure out the names of some of these. So this is temple number 4 that we're looking at, and I've got some better pictures of these. But at the end of the day, before the sun goes down, you climb here, temple 4, and it pokes up through the jungle, and you get above the canopy. And then you can see the sunset, and temples number 1 and 2 and 3 are poking up through the rooftop of the canopy as the sun goes down. And I've got some photos of that.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah, and this is the temple that you climb up to go see that. And it's not that bad a climb, really, as long as you're, and lots of these banyan type trees with the climber roots, the strangler figs. They climb up a tree, a strong tree in the jungle, and basically choke it out, and eventually engulf that entire tree and just devour it. And they spread out using these tendrils, and it takes a long time. There we go. There's temple number 1. That is the Temple of the Jaguar. Temple number 1, the Temple of the Jaguar. And that's I believe, the biggest temple there. And that is just amazing. An incredible temple.
It's impressive.
Do you mind reading this, West?
Yes, DVB says that, dang, the temple looks like the rebel base on Yavin 4, and I believe that's where they filmed that from, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is the location they went to film those shots. I mean, I have to look it up, but so I'm not 100%. I think they were.
So you're talking about this one right there.
I think they used this entire site. I think that's where they went to film all that stuff. But Temple 4 and Temple 1, the one of the Jaguar, was definitely used.
Isn't one of the shield generators in there or something? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That could be. Yeah, I just love this temple. Yeah, and there's a close-up of temple number 1, Temple of the Jaguar. It was cloudy that day. You get that when you're in the central highlands of Guatemala. clouds do accumulate up there. And there's, yeah. Now, you can't climb the Temple of the Jaguar, but you can cross the plaza and climb the adjacent temples. Can't remember which one that is, but it won't be hard. It's the one everyone's climbing. You'll see it. And there's temple number 1 poking up through the. The visitors can. We can't go inside the temple's DVB, other than to poke your head sort of in the entryway. But you can go up. You can climb one of them, or multiple of them. You can climb on the outside, and you can certainly walk along some of the old pathways and walkways around the complex, and walk in, well, the footsteps of the Mayan people that lived there and prayed there and did whatever else. I don't know. What else do you think they did there, Wes Kagle?
Oh, well, before I just wanted to clarify, I just looked it up. They did, in fact, film all the external scenes for A New Hope, the rebel base on Yavin 4, at Tikal.
I did not know that. I am so happy you decided to co-host tonight.
No problem. No problem.
Shit, I should have put that. Yeah. I should have put that on the advertisement for the damn stream tonight. Shit. There, you vamp for me while I go change the title. No, I'm kidding.
No problem. No problem.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. The article says that the rebel base on Yavin 4 in Star Wars: A New Hope was filmed at the ancient Mayan ruins of Tikal in Guatemala. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, chose Tikal as the filming location because of its otherworldly aesthetic and sense of history. So, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm pretty sure that, I don't know if it was Temple 1 or that smaller one. One of them featured very prominently in the filming, if I remember, in the film itself.
And you're saying that was Star Wars, the original
this one
Star
here,
Wars?
This one here that you're showing right here featured highly prominent in the film. I'm not mistaken.
But I would have thought it would have been Return of the Jedi.
Oh, where they were on the forest moon of Endor? Well, Yavin 4 was kind of a forested one too.
What part of the movie was that?
The very end, when a lot of the external scenes were shown as the Millennium Falcon was approaching the Rebel base with the Death Star in pursuit of them. When they first show up, you can see the guy standing in like a tower, kind of tracking the arrival of the Millennium Falcon as they approach. Yeah.
I'll be darned. Right. Wow. That is fantastic. Okay, no, I didn't know that. I'll be damned.
Yeah. Yep. It was pretty cool.
Man, I'm such a big fan of Star Wars. That is fascinating. Well, I wonder what. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch the movie, or at least the first part of that. Well, I'll watch the whole thing, of course, with that in mind. That's awesome. Yeah. So this is that the backside of Temple number 1, or is that? I've got a map here. It shows me the temple complex. And that would be no, that would be temple number 1. Yeah, that's temple number 1. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, still temple number 1.
Yeah, because that
Mayan
little citadel at the top of the pyramid itself is one of the features that people will remember from the film.
And yeah, and DVB, you're welcome, and happy to answer the questions you had there, buddy. So, and a lot of my pictures are of temple number 1, just because it's so freaking cool. And you can see a lot of along in the plaza there. You can see that they have ruins and other statues and little huts that protect other sites that are of interest. And they have plaques that are in Spanish, but also English. And they are really cool. And a lot of the other sites in the world You don't get a lot of that, and this place had a lot of it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's not a pea. That's not a peacock. I think that's a peahen, if I'm not mistaken. How's your Spanish?
Not good. I don't. I don't. Only know what I learned from Dora the Explorer. So
Okay. I think that says. Oh, yeah. No, there's the English below it. Sorry.
oh, contemporary Maya altar. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, it's definitely a peahen. She is not as flashy.
No, not as flashy. They look like turkeys almost. But yeah, there's the altar. It looks like they burned some stuff there, apparently.
Yeah.
So okay, so here are now. I did go in and take some of the shots of some of the masks and the carvings and some of the decorations. That again, some of the temple sites that you go to in Mexico and other parts of the world, they don't have a lot of this. So I was happy to have some of this. And yeah, right there. See, they've got it all undercover to make sure that it doesn't. Yes, thank
it doesn't erode away. Yeah, yeah, it's contemporary Mayan altar.
Thanks, Rob Altus.
You know, I like this site primarily because, like I had said, it was engulfed by the jungle, and they've cleared enough away so you get to see everything. But they left a lot of the vegetation for the aesthetic appeal, so it's not completely been, cleared away.
That's right. Yeah, fantastic. And I don't know what are when you think of places like this in the world, what are like the top 3 in the world that you'd like to go see? Do you think?
Historical, like ancient sites.
Yeah. I need a minute. I just want to hear you.
Let me
what
see.
your thoughts about that?
I'm thinking.
Because you're a pretty well-read guy. I mean, what do you think?
I would like to see some of the sites in Britain specifically, like Stonehenge, and I would love to visit Hadrian's Wall. I mean, I know there's not a lot left of it, but that would be pretty cool.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that would be one. I would think
that's a good one.
The Great Wall of China, which I was on a show with you that you showed all your visit to the Great Wall, because that is one impressive feat.
That man, it's hard to hard to describe. Yeah,
it was the scale of it.
The scale of it, and despite what you may or may not think of building quality of modern China, that put that aside, forget that. This is incredible. Yeah, just absolutely amazing.
And let me see if I had to pick another one, because you said maybe top 3.
Yeah, the top 3, man.
I think I would like, because I'm leaving some of the more well-known ones because I've read up a lot about those, and I'd like to go see ones that I've not seen much of. But maybe Angkor Wat in Cambodia.
Ooh. Yep. That's why I didn't say in the world. That is why I didn't say this is the best site in the world, because Angkor Wat is, I mean, this is right up there. But I think Angkor Wat would be it would be a little higher than this. But they're both absolutely mind-blowing. And then, Machu Picchu. But yeah, Hadrian's Wall. That's definitely somewhere where I want to go. And I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to get up there, because the English pound is pretty strong compared to the Canadian dollar, Yeah,
and they said it was going to collapse when Brexit hit, but funny that, huh?
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Sound is a pound.
That's right. That was an expression.
Yep.
And now this, that was the start of Um, part of Star Wars was filmed here, or was it the opening of Star Wars?
The opening of Star Wars, uh, most of it was took place on Tatooine, the desert planet.
Okay,
This is
that's
the
right. Yeah.
end. Yeah, this is the end of the film where they
Okay.
filmed here.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Add that to the title.
Ah, nice, nice. Yeah, DVB says the people would love to see the pyramids too. I wouldn't mind, but like I said, you know, it's such a huge landmark thing, but and it's so overrun with tourists now. I don't know if you'd get the same experience as you might have maybe 30 years ago or so, 40 years ago.
I'd still no. It's on my bucket list. Yeah. But I'd go to see Greece as well, the Acropolis
Oh yeah,
and the
yeah.
Greek islands. And actually, that's my I made that my New Year's resolution, West, to go to Greece this backpacking this year.
Oh, nice,
Don't know
nice.
how I'm gonna
You're gonna have to hook up with
get
Dionysus Larson out there.
love to, man. That'd be such a fun trip. But yeah, now this is looking up the one across the temple that you can climb, and that's yeah, that looks like the North Acropolis that you can go to climb and get a better view of Temple Number One. And that whole temple complex is really, well, steep, as you can see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they let you climb these, right? Yeah.
They do.
Unlike you're not allowed to touch anything at the site in Giza.
Well, but you can here. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And now you get a much better view of Temple Number One, looking across from the North Acropolis. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Acropolis, yes, I am. And there you go. And there's the main plaza, and they call that the Plaza de los Siete Templos, the Plaza of the Seven Temples.
Yeah. Again, it's just so aesthetically pleasing to see the that it's cleared out and just enough so that you can appreciate the site, yet not stripped bare of all the natural wonder.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same can be said for Angkor Wat, DVB. The same is for Angkor Wat. And do you mind reading this, West, please?
Yes, Sashi says a random weird fact he wants to share with us. The state I'm currently living in right now, Nergeti Sembalian, has a multi-lineal system where family property is inherited by the women. Oh, okay, matriarchal system.
Yeah, that's an anthropological word. Yeah.
Yes.
Matrilineal system. That is, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And somehow I bet you the men still have to pay the bills, don't they?
Well, that's like, there are systems like that where it's like the Haudenosaunee, the ones in up by upstate New York where they had that Iroquois Confederation. The men were all on the council, but the women owned possession of the seats of the council and appointed the men to them. So
that's right. A fair balance there, yeah. And I want to say hello to our friend Old Man Bird. Hello. Welcome.
Hello, man, Bird. Eugene.
He says, I sent my wife to Athens and the islands, Mykonos, Santorini. She'd never been to the other hemisphere before. See, that's where I would like to go. Absolutely. And man, if you want to come and tour me around, you and your wife, man, that'd be hilarious. We'd have a great time over there. I would love to go. I don't speak any Greek. I don't know how much Italian or Spanish would help me. My Italian is non-existent anyway. But yeah, maybe I could convince my housemate. He speaks it pretty well, so maybe.
Nice.
Yeah,
if I was to visit the Greek world, I think I would have to, and I know it'd be a trek off the path of actual Greece, but I'd have to visit Crete, the island of Crete.
Yes, 100%. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd love to go see it and dive and snorkel. The Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico. Yes, in
Oh yeah, that thing is huge. Yeah.
Tihuacan. Tihuac. I can't pronounce it, but yes, I have a video of it. You can go see it on my channel, as a matter of fact. And I think we covered it. One of the shows I did of Mexico, but I'll do another show covering just the archaeological sites in Mexico, I think. And
Old Man Bird says his wife only speaks Spanish and had no problem when she visited the region. So.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, yeah. And hello, Snortapoopus.
Snortapoopus.
And can you read this, please?
Sure. Old Man Bird says, in the Great Pyramid, center one of Giza, they found 2 long corridors. Only looked into one so far, the north face corridor, a bog hallway. It had nothing in it. I think that they still don't know 100% about the inner workings of those pyramids to this day, and what half the stuff was for. I think they were just guessing on a lot of stuff.
Now, does he mean the English bog, like the meaning of bog is like a toilet?
Bog as I think bog as in some sort of creature of the dark.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Ooh. Okay.
I think.
Interesting.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Another by the King's Chamber remains unseen. Interesting.
Yeah.
Just say hello to Snorty. So this is again, we're looking at temple number 1, just the Temple of the Jaguar. I fell in love with this temple, folks. And here's the back sides of some of the temples too, just to see. They didn't clear away all the vegetation. Any of the strangler figs or anything that was going to damage the structure, they did clear away, and they're keeping care. But to keep it authentic, yeah, very much so. They've left this just like it is, and I think it's spectacular.
I wonder how much of that dark color on the stones is from time, and if the entire structure was that gleaming white when it was first built. I really would like to know. Yeah.
That blacken seemed to be a lichen,
Yeah.
kind of a lichen, and so that is originally it wouldn't have been there. Yeah, the stone would have been all limestone or whatever kind of stone that is.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's limestone.
Can you imagine seeing it back then when it was just
That would be
white?
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
I've been in the Colosseum in Rome and stood in it just trying to imagine what it would have looked like when it was all covered in white marble.
Yeah. Or the pyramids, but when it still had the entire limestone casing over top of everything.
Oh, wow. That would have been incredible.
Yeah.
So what do you think we're looking at here? And chat, give the chat, just before you say anything, Wes, give the chat just a second here. What do you think we're looking at? I spent, probably a good, and I was sober. I spent a good 20 minutes to half an hour just mesmerized by this.
Oh, I know what they are. Okay.
You shouldn't have said they.
Oh, my bad.
Hello, and let's just get back to the chat there. Oh, Sashi says, traditionally, women handle the balls. Women handle the bills. Sorry, that says bills.
Freudian slip.
Women handle the bills, and men take care of the labor and wealth. Warfare. But it's dying out. The ladies prefer the guys to pay. No kidding. Yeah, you get that. You get that. Sometimes, not always. And hello, DJ Ronnie G. Hello, welcome. And okay, that's excellent. In Greece, you're talking of, man, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to talk about Greece. Yeah, that would be fun. And you know who else went there? Ben from Cinema Gulp,
Oh,
I believe. Was no, no, it wasn't Ben. It was Lance. It was Lance from another friend of Anti-Dirt of Jill's. Lance was on her channel a little while ago. He's been to Greece, and I'd like to get him on talking about Greece. And he said he had some beautiful photos as well.
oh,
But
nice.
yeah, Rob Altus, man, any photos you could get of Taiwan, absolutely. I mean, I love to show off places I've been to, but if anyone else wants to come, um, and I would love to go on a tour of a travel around the world to wherever people have been to, exploring it with photos. And now let's see if the chat has gotten it. Oh no, they didn't.
Well,
Okay,
no,
those are ants.
you go back there. Sashi had a good stab. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, they are. Yeah, they're. I don't know what kind of ants.
I
They are
believe
rubber
it's.
ants.
I was guessing that they were leaf cutter ants. You know, the ones that
That's what.
they haul because they're
Yes,
hauling leaves, and
because
they
they're hauling
plant them
leaves.
underground.
But
They
I didn't
plant
want
them
to.
underground, and they cultivate a fungus forest and eat the
Yes,
fungus as food. So
I didn't. In case I was wrong, that would have been my guess. Yes, that's exactly because they're cutting the leaves. And okay, so this is and thanks for being here, chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate the chat, and we'll get right back to it. This we're looking at the smaller temple to the west of the Great Pyramid number one. This is called Mundo Perdido. Mundo Perdido, and it's in the far corner away from the ticket entrance uh, area. So this is on the far side. I don't know what Perdido means. Anyone who speaks French? Old man bird, I know you speak French. Mundo is world, like around the world. I understand that. Mundo Perdido with two D's. Perdido. Mundo's world. I don't know. Anyway, that's the name of this temple that we're looking at. And do you mind reading this from? Here we go. Old Man Bird.
Old Man Bird says, "History for Granite is an absolutely fascinating YouTube channel on the Egyptian pyramids." Hmm.
Okay. Let's see. I love. Yeah. See, when I'm not watching porn, that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. Exactly. Or scuba diving videos.
And yeah, I think Rob Altus got it. Mundo Perdido.
The Grand Gallery is something else too, says DJ Ronnie G. Ooh. And do you mind reading this from DJ Ronnie G?
DJ Ronnie G says, "That's an interesting channel, but I take it in small doses, though they haven't said anything erroneous compared to other channels I've viewed."
It is good to watch everything on YouTube. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like a lot of times, I'm just going on memory and what I've written, notes that I've written down while I was backpacking. And I'm human. I can easily make mistakes, but to the best of my ability. And Lost World. Thank you, Rob Altus. Perdido equals lost. Thank you. Lost World. Okay, so this is the Temple of the Lost World, folks. I wonder if Greek letters Dionysius Larson would be a good host or not. I wonder. It depends on what kind of mood he's in. That's true. Oh, DJ Ronnie G says, "Greetings, Sashi, from the future 1999, according to some of my favorite classic sci-fi shows." And I believe we are just about caught up with the chat. Oh, no, right here. Do you mind getting this one, please?
Yeah. Sashi says, "The only architectural wonder in my state is the current palace. Wooden structure built without nails as per traditional here. But in the early 1900s, that's impressive. You build the entire thing using some kind of a dovetail or
Yeah.
other jointing carpentry jointing methods. No nails at all. That's impressive. An entire
And,
palace. Yeah.
and yeah, we're a quarter of the way through this century already, believe it or not.
Yeah. It's hard to believe.
Oh man, I remember the year 2000, and everyone thought all the computers were going to blow up. It wasn't that long ago, folks. Honest to God, the year 2000 was not that long ago.
Hey, I can remember when the Prince song and video for 1999 was supposed to be futuristic.
That's oh my God, yes, it really was. That's right. It really was. You're right.
And that song came out, everybody's like, 1999, that's so long from now.
That's right. We couldn't imagine it, but also we were younger, and a year seemed like a long time.
Oh, yeah.
DVB, thank you so much. Spidey visits the pyramid complex at Teotihuacan. Cannot pronounce that. Can you pronounce that, West?
You know what? I can remember because I've watched videos about those sites and
Teotihuacan.
Yeah, I think isn't that the site where the Spanish came and there was a big battle and like 500 of them slaughtered the entire city?
It was, yeah. The history there is incredible. Yeah. So, oh, there you go. I'm pointing at the temple. Yeah, I think they see it, Steve. Yeah, I don't know why I'm pointing at it. Yeah, we see it. There it is. And again, you weren't allowed to climb it, but there's no one there to stop me. You just, out of respect, you didn't climb it. And
so they allowed you on certain structures, but not others.
That's right. They didn't want to damage them, and out of respect, as again, I studied that in school, anthropology. Archaeology was part of the training, and it's fascinated me. Indiana Jones, that has fascinated me. So out of respect, of course, I'm not going to climb it because I want it to be there in the future, and everyone there had the same opinion. They want these structures to be there in the future. And the people of Guatemala and Guatemala government, they know that these things are important to protect, and it's in their best interests. So yeah, just gorgeous, man. Just love this.
It's the same thing when you go to all those caves in like Kentucky and so forth, where they have a specific path because you touch one of the formations there, and then it stunts its growth for the next 10,000 years or something.
Yep, that's right. In caves, yes, some of the caves I've been to in different places, the same thing, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't touch. You touch it. You leave it as pristine as you possibly can for future generations to enjoy.
Coral, like when you go to the Great Barrier Reef or any huge barrier reef, it's the same thing. Yeah. So these were little mini temples. There's 7 little mini temples, and there's all kinds of structures around Tikal. There was some sites you go to, and there's just one main thing, and that's it. Now
speak of the devil, Spidey. Our friend Diana Larson shows up in the chat.
Oh, hey, guten morning, Kameraden. Good to see you, my friend.
Wie geht es Ihnen?
Yeah. And indeed, old man Birdie. Yes, indeed. I've been working. I started roofing in 1987, and including when we came upon rotten. See, we specialized in the old roofs in downtown Fredericton, the ones that were near the water, 200, 150 years old. So there was a lot of rot. And yeah, we had to learn how to do carpentry. And over the last 10 years, I've been doing some timber framing up here with some big log homes, and then working construction, building houses with my housemate here for the last couple of years. Yeah, I've been doing all kinds of carpentry.
Wow. Impressive. Since 87. God.
I mean, I couldn't. I build stuff, but as far as like building it to code, like I usually overbuild stuff. But if I'm building a house to code and it's got to be all by the books, you need to have a lead carpenter come in because I haven't been to carpentry school, anything like that. But and there's a lot I can learn, man. There's so much you can learn in carpentry.
Oh
So
yeah.
many time-saving skills, so many tricks. People have been doing it for 30 years, 40 years, and I guess I've
Yeah.
been doing it for a few decades, and
Yeah.
I'm still seeing new tricks.
It's definitely it's a profession that you really need to start as a youngster, as a young, even when you're in high school, still starting to apprentice with somebody to learn everything, because it's just so much to do, so much to know, so much to learn.
Well, and that's why I'm starting with the accounting studies now, because it's hard on the body, and I don't know how
Oh
much longer I want to do it, man.
yeah, well, God, 87. I was still just a snot nosed kid just out of high school in 87. Year I
Yes.
graduated. Good
Well,
man.
see, there was this girl I met in high school, you see,
It's always a girl somewhere.
and her dad had this company, and he's still one of my good friends to this day. Um, could you read this, please?
Sure. DJ Ronnie G says um, that the dielectric properties of the limestone and the properties of the granite with on top of an aquifer that floods and drains with the Giza River seasons. It might be part of another thing, because it seems like he had more to say, and it's not in this piece. But he must be talking about the site over at Giza.
Oh, yeah. Th- oh, man, I'd love to go to Egypt. I'd love to go to Egypt and see all of that, and I'd definitely do some
Oh
research
yeah. His
before I
thing. It
went.
seems like he's got three chats that run together here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one, and then the next one is as I heard,
Oh,
the water
yeah.
flow in the aquifer and induces an electrical current. The giant uh, capacitor above can collect that charge and release it via the gold capstone.
Ah,
Then he
okay.
goes on
That's
to say perhaps
not
a power source for the lighthouse at Alexandria. I honestly don't know, but I like that theory, and I'm also open to something a bit more mundane. So,
that
yeah,
is that is so. I love stuff like that, and I totally believe that there are a lot of things that we don't have the answers to, and some of the things that we describe as perhaps magic or aliens, and uh, maybe are just good old human ingenuity
oh yeah, yeah.
with lost technology that we just have
Well,
forgotten somehow.
considering that what they had built at Giza might have been a power source for the lighthouse is impressive, given that Alexandria is pretty good distance from the
Mhm.
site at Giza.
Yeah, you're welcome, old man bird. He's thank you, friendly Canadian Spider-Man and West Kagle of Jersey with it looks like bacon.
Yes, bacon. Yes, Team Bacon. Yes, but not the Isle of Jersey, the
Oh,
cesspool of New Jersey.
I
Yes,
love
yes.
it, DVB, and that's also why I don't have a house and not much of a retirement fund because I've been to these places.
Well,
I'm gonna, I'm
it's
gonna
impressive.
retire.
It is impressive all the places you've been.
Yeah, but hopefully I can keep doing it, man. And there's my buddy Mike in the bottom corner there. Hello, Mike. He's an American fella. Can't remember his last name, but anyway, this is overlooking. We've climbed up temple number 4 here as the sun is going down, and we're looking at all the transpiration, as Carla reminded us,
Yeah,
all the steam coming up out of the jungle as
impressive.
the air cools down and the jungle is still warm from being in the sun all day.
That's a postcard shot right there. Yeah.
Thank you, Wood, and yes, thank you. And those ads were cool, good photo. Oh, thanks, DJ Ronnie G. I try and get the small as well as the big.
Yeah.
The guy that my scuba diver instructor, when he was teaching us, he said, make sure you pay attention to the small stuff on the reef when we go down. You trust me, you won't miss the big stuff, but pay attention to the small stuff, otherwise you will miss it. And he's
Mm.
right.
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed by the grandeur stuff. Just, concentrate on some of the detail.
Glad you're caught up here, DJ Ronnie G. Do you mind reading this from our friend Sashi?
Yeah, Sashi says the name of the palace is Is Istana Shiri Mananti? If anyone
Yep,
needs to look it up. Okay.
that's as good as I could have done. Istana Seri Mananti.
Yeah.
The palace.
Right.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Seri
I
Mananti.
want to say I've heard of this site because, I mean, I don't think there's too many that are that grand a scale built
Mm,
without nails. I'm gonna guess.
no kidding. And no, that is a gorgeous. That is a. I love that.
There's a nice picture. And you said you met this guy at the site, yes?
Yeah, he at the lodge. Well,
Well, yeah, on your trip. He
or was
wasn't
it?
somebody you knew before the trip.
No, no, no. Yeah, met him on the trail. He was, and then we subsequently ran into each other in Antigua and a couple of other
Wow.
places, and had some beers. And yeah, I'm quite certain his name is Mike, and I've got his address somewhere. But yeah, nice
Mm.
guy. You meet all kinds of great people
Yeah,
when you're
I was
back.
just gonna say, almost as impressive as the sights you've seen is the people that you meet along the way. Yeah. Mm.
100%, I would agree with that. 100%, I would agree with that. And there again is the same with the mist rising out of the jungle as the sun goes down. And do you mind reading this and what's your answer to it?
Sashi says, didn't an influencer climb up one of those South American sites recently? Everyone was shouting at her to get off. I would not doubt it for a minute.
There's nothing stopping them.
No, and influencers are some of my apologies to any respectful influencers out
Mhm.
there, but they are some of the most annoying people on the planet.
I couldn't agree more. Yep. And so there we go. Now this was again at the start of the stream where I was just showing pictures of around Guatemala because I'd done a stream a couple of weeks ago about the southern part of Guatemala and the western part of Guatemala and Lake Atitlan and Antigua. And so this is in that area. And so I just started off with a little tour of that part of Guatemala. But yeah, most of it is what did you think of did you see much of the waterfalls and the pools of Semuc Champey?
I came in and you were showing the some of the water in the Guatemalan jungle, which was very some of it was impressive because usually you see a stream or even a small waterfall and it's cleared of vegetation because of the power of water, and you had some that there was just massive vegetation growing within, and the falls just went around it.
That's exactly, yeah. That's yeah, it was impressive. Yeah, and I don't know how I don't know how long some of those last without the water, eroding it away. But yeah, there's Lake Atitlan. But there you go, folks. That was Tikal and
Nice,
a little bit of Lake Atitlan here in Guatemala,
impressive little mountain out there in the distance.
a volcanic. No,
Yeah, okay. I wonder.
yeah,
I wonder how active.
yeah, yeah. Well, some of them were steaming, 100%. Some of them absolutely were steaming. And here's, I believe that is Antigua. And yeah, they're catching through the countryside from Guatemala City.
So when you went to Antigua, you visited both the islands, Antigua and
No,
Barbuda? No,
Antigua
just
is
Antigua?
Antigua's a city in
Oh,
Guatemala.
okay. Okay. I
I've
thought
never
maybe you met him. That's why I was impressed that I said, man, you met him again when you were out in the Caribbean?
no, I've never been out in the Caribbean to that Antigua. Here's
Okay.
the back of Mike's head right here, as a matter of fact, on the truck. Yeah. No, there's some of the waterfalls and
Oh, yeah.
the underwater caves, but no,
You,
I haven't been out to.
the house in the middle of that rushing water. There you go.
No, that was where we had our little. That's the washrooms and the change rooms and the
Oh,
little.
okay. I thought that was a living facility. I
No,
was
no,
impressed that somebody would build it
recreation.
right there.
No, for recreation. And there's
Ah,
the. That's yeah. There's
oh yeah.
buttocks. Yeah, and just going. Yeah, so we went all through this, of course, and Semuc Champey. There it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just and here we go. Here's the
Yeah, there
shots.
you go. See all the vegetation growing within as the water's streaming through.
Yeah. And there's cloud. It's not a clear shot because there's so much mist and clouds. I had to keep wiping off my lens, West.
Ah, very humid. Very humid. Yes.
Yeah, of course. And hello. And yes, Steve B. Carpentry Travel live streaming. Well, I don't know about the live streaming skills. I live stream. I don't know how skilled. And if you mean traveling skills, like I came back alive with my uh, with most of my things intact.
Yes.
No, yeah, yes, Carla, driving, childbearing, sandwich making, feeding the mob. Absolutely, that would be fun. Hey, thanks, DVB. I'd try. It's just a lot of fun. I try to have a lot of things I do, like learning to scuba, is just for fun, But yeah, it's just gorgeous. But anyway, thanks so much. We've been an hour and 20 minutes, folks. So I just wanted to go back through in case some of the people missed Semuc Champey.
Yeah, see that, especially there. You see all that vegetation growing within there. It's impressive that that can hang on there.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, DJ Ronnie G says, I am east of the Great American Armpit.
Yeah, I think he was talking about when I was referring to Jersey and not the Isle of New Jersey.
Okay. Wood chopping, deer gutting, bonfire. Well, yeah, you get it, man. You get it out here. You have to. Either that or you go hungry and you're cold. Dragon hunting seals. Yes, Carla definitely had dragon hunting. Carla showed us dragons last night on our stream, folks.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a bonfire stream that went for, I gotta say, 5 hours nearabouts. And so we had one panel showing Carla driving through the hills and beaches of New Zealand, and she did find dragons. Swimming, boating, panty dropping. No, I've given up the panty dropping. You'll get into trouble doing that. Diving, well, diving's just fun. Diving in, is that the bikini one? That was the bikini one. Yes.
Yeah, I think she's referring to the influencer climbing the site, the historic site. She must have been in a bikini.
Okay. The cave is very cool.
Oh yeah.
This whole region through central north Guatemala, more to the east, really. It's just amazing. Here it is here. Semuc Champey. And yeah, you have caving, you've in the region close by there. Yeah, just really cool. I don't know. I just like going into dark caves, man, and I love caving. I did it Tasmania. Australia has a lot of caves. The Capricorn Caves up in Queensland. Yeah. So yeah, it was a fascinating cave, and I just love that shot.
Yeah, that is a good shot. I like that one too.
Yeah, the cave was cool. And yes, those are candles. Those are not battery operated candles. Those are not LEDs. Those are candles.
Yeah, the only thing I could compare that I've seen up in real life to some of these shots here was when I went to the 7 pools in Hawaii.
Ooh, man, that must have been amazing.
It was. We got to swim in them. It was pretty cool. It was a little cold because we went in I think October, but it was still warm enough to swim.
I've only been to the airport in Hawaii, in Honolulu, but I'd love to on my way to Australia. But I'd love to spend.
Stuff, yeah,
man, I could 6 months, 5-6 months going around.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I saw Black Rock, and like I said, the 7 pools. The road to Hana was impressive, and of course, I had to go to the Arizona Memorial. So,
the battleship Arizona.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm a huge. I think I might have done that model ship as a kid. Glued it all together.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Yeah. The one thing I missed was the battleship Missouri. I wish I had gone to see that while I was there, but only so much time.
Did man, I had that model as well.
That's
And
I built that one as well as a kid. Yeah,
the Mighty Mo.
the Mighty Mo.
Did you? I think when I was doing one of my live streams about I did a carnival cruise around the Caribbean. It was one of the islands I was doing. We went to, I've done it twice, and the first one was left from Puerto Rico and went to Grand Cayman and
Okay.
Ocho Rios in Jamaica.
Yeah, just between Jamaica and Cuba in the
Yeah,
waters there. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, it was fantastic. And Aruba, and we also hit oh shit, what is it called? Grenada.
Oh, Grenada. Yeah.
Yeah, and Venezuela.
Oh,
Yeah, we hit
been to
Caracas.
Venezuela? Oh, Caracas.
Just
Okay,
Caracas,
very
and
nice.
just for a few hours. I would, yeah, I would like to go to and spend more time in Venezuela, but just to Caracas. Anyway, point being, each night we would, like the girl I was with at the time, we would sit down to dinner and share a meal with a few other couples, 3 or 4 other couples. And there's a big table on the cruise boat, and one of the guy that I sat next to was old. He would have been in his late 70s at the time, and this was in 1990, 91, 92, something 91, I guess. And he had served in World War II on the Mighty Mo,
Oh, nice.
and he would tell me stories, us stories, and he was on the Mighty Mo in Tokyo Harbor then when Japan surrendered and signed. Apparently, he said they signed it on the Mighty Mo, and I've
Oh yeah.
researched this. Apparently, it's true. They signed it in Tokyo Harbor on the Mighty Mo, on the boat,
Yep.
on the boat, the battleship, and they surrendered. Japan surrendered there, so he was on the boat for that and served. And he said it was there will never be a bigger party ever in history that took this big that happened on that boat that night. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Well,
said
if
it
you've
was
ever
incredible.
seen pictures from that scene, the deck right around the table where they have the thing was cleared, so the diplomats can come walking up. But if you pan back, the entire boat is covered in sailors
Oh, yeah,
and other military men just there as I would have said sort of an intimidation factor. I don't know, but it
well,
was
no
impressive to
doubt,
see. Yeah.
no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I think you're right, but that was incredible just to have. And man, if I could go back, yeah, they ask you, if you could sit and have dinner with like 3 people in history. I would like to go back to someone that I've already sat down and had dinner with, but I was way too young and dumb at that age. I would love to sit down again now at this age and ask him. He'd probably get tired of talking to me. So yeah, this is so cool that this. I'm so happy that you told us that this was in the site of Star Wars filming at the end of Star Wars for Yavin 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Excuse
Yep.
me. This whole site, that is incredible. Love it. And I want to say hello to Molecular Arts. We're on 1 hour and a half, just coming up on an hour and a half. So I was just about to wrap it up. And Molecular Arts,
Hey, it says greetings from Kyoto. Nice.
konbanwa, Kyoto. Kyoto ni sundaimasu ka? Ima? Do you live in Kyoto now? Kyoto ni sundaimasu? Ima? Wow, sugoi. Wow, that's cool.
One of 3 places. If I went to Japan, it's one of 3 places. The the what is it? The site of the old capital.
Man,
Kyoto would have to be one of them. Yeah, Kyoto. Obviously, got to see Tokyo and the tower and so forth. But
heck yeah.
Kyoto and then Osaka, and I would have to go to the northern island just for the rural section. What is that
100%.
one? Hokkaido. Yeah, the northern island is Hokkaido, I believe.
Yes, it is Hokkaido. Very good. Holy shit! Yeah, that's where the cows and the skiing are. The
Yeah.
dairy cows and the skiing in Hokkaido. I've only seen it from across the on the mainland. There's a bridge that now connects it to Sapporo. Hokkaido. Sapporo's on Hokkaido, and it connects it to the mainland of
Of
Kanto,
Honshu. Yeah.
Japan, of Honshu, and
Nice.
which Kanto is a part of it. And so I've been to the Honshu side of that bridge, looking across.
Oh,
But yeah, that was a very cool. That is so awesome that you're in Kyoto. That is so awesome. I loved Kyoto.
yeah, because
Gorgeous.
he's traveling through Japan. He's at the temple today.
Oh,
Nice.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I loved. I loved. It's so scenic. I mean, I can't tell you how. Yeah, how gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for being here, Wes Kagle. I appreciate you taking the time,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and hopefully
My pleasure.
people, yeah, hopefully people can appreciate. Guatemala is. I mean, when I told my parents, of course, they they think of Guatemala as it was at war in the 80s. I mean, it was a
Oh,
terrible
yeah. Yeah.
place in the 1980s. And they say, well, why would you want to backpack through Guatemala? I say, well, it's not like that anymore.
Right.
It's a very popular tourist destination. And hopefully some of what we've seen today would convince people that there's some real beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous parts
Oh,
to
yeah.
Guatemala.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's not far from Mexico. The things that we were looking at today is just across the border from Mexico. So
Hmm.
there you go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no,
You're
that's
lucky. You're lucky you got in Venezuela when you did, because now I wouldn't go to Venezuela if you paid me. It's too dangerous.
well, I guess that's it, isn't it? Like that's true. Um, yeah. What have you heard about? Like I've their economy's crashed, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, it's crashed, and I mean the people are starving. So
Right.
starving people are desperate people. So
Well, that's the exactly that's the
and
other
you
thing.
can't blame the people. They're just trying to survive, and it should not be that way. Venezuela
No,
should be one of the wealthiest countries with all the oil they're sitting on. I don't understand.
absolutely. Well, because they were socialist and the
Yeah.
greed took over, and they didn't invest in the infrastructure. And Canada ought to build the pyramid, man. I'd love to. That'd be fun. Oh, you were in New York City in 2016. Loved MoMA. What? I don't know what MoMA. Oh, I don't know what MoMA is. Hello, Apex Comics. Apex Comics. Good to see you. Oh, Aomori. Oh, your daughter was in Aomori. Well, that's where I was up in. Well, Carla Burton knows exactly where I was, looking over at across at Hokkaido. That's in the northern part of Honshu. Is Aomori. One of the most wonderful friends that I met up there was from Aomori. They have their own dialect. It's called Ben. Aomori Ben. Ben means dialect, and so it's just they have different words like fushigi means amazing in Japanese generally in the main dialect, but in Aomori they don't say fushigi. They say fushini. Fushini means
Ah. Okay.
amazing. I mean, there's a couple of words that mean amazing, but it
Sugoi.
means yeah. Sugoi means amazing too, but fushini is incredible, unbelievable. So
Oh, and MoMA is the Museum of Modern Art.
of course, Museum of Modern Art. Yes, fantastic. Good to see you, Apex Comics. And yeah, that was beautiful. Traveling through Japan, Heian Temple. Oh man, that's fantastic. Well, listen, I I've got a little treat in case people are wondering what he's looking at. He's looking at stuff like this. This was
Oh,
near. That was near where one of the places I lived in Japan. This is just a little neighborhood temple, man. just not even a tourist attraction, just a little neighborhood temple. And that's the kind of shit you just stumble upon all across Japan.
Yeah. And I wonder what local deity that's dedicated to. It'd be interesting just to look and see.
And yeah, it's I just I freaking love Japan. So I'm very jealous. And apparently, the Japanese yen is not doing as strong as it used to. So when I was there, it was pretty strong. And but now hopefully, hopefully it's not as strong. And hopefully you're having good luck with your dollar,
Yeah.
because I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was 100 yen to the American dollar, and now I think you get 120 yen
Mm.
to the dollar. There you go. That was in the fall. That's the same temple, so that's one of the deities there in the fall. A dragon lion, more of a lion, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. There it is. And there's
Cool.
a grave site in just local. That's part of the temples. You get that as well, right? So in the snow, and it was just, man, I would wander about these for just hours and just contemplate and just be immersed in the culture and just absorb the culture shock,
Yeah. That is.
and the
It's
beauty.
impressive to see these sites with the snow on them. Usually, you see it like you see here. You see it with the vegetation and maybe there's some of the colorful foliage, but seeing it in the snow is a different feel.
Yeah, that's yep, there you go. But yeah, sorry folks, we've wandered a little off the track from. I just love where molecular arts is coming to us from.
Mhm.
Nansenji. Oh man, that's gorgeous. I don't have any photos that I can bring up right now. The Heian Temple, and I don't have Nansenji. But I'm jealous, man. That was fantastic. Kyoto definitely has a high density of temples, and that's right. Molecular arts is Australian, so you're not on. You wouldn't be on the American dollar, yeah. Okay, you're on the Australian dollar, 100 yen. So Canadian and Australian are pretty much the same or close to it, I believe. Apex. Never been to New York. I highly recommend it. Yeah, New York is a lot of fun. And yeah, here's my local train yard in this was Abiko or Kita Kogane. It's like they all look the same. Up north of Tokyo, a little bit outside of Tokyo, still part of the Tokyo spread. And here's in that temple complex, one of the carvings that I have no idea what it says, but I just found it beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's the
The local food.
Yeah. So I can read that price. See the little thing that looks like a hat on top?
Mm-hmm.
That means 8. So it's 800. And the symbol at the bottom, those are zeros. And the one at the bottom, the black, is yen. So that's 800 yen for a pack.
For one of them or for the entire platter?
For the whole pack. For the whole
Okay.
pack. So yeah, that's $8.
Cool.
Why am I so attracted to Japan? Well, you can blame the Karate Kid. That's where my fascination with Japan started.
Yeah, mine comes from the stuff I saw in some of the stuff from the historic stuff from World War II, and then when we got color pictures, all the especially when the cherry blossoms are in bloom. I don't know. There's just something about when the cherry blossoms are in bloom. It's just beautiful.
Yep, the sakura. Yeah, that's a big theme of a lot of weddings. The sakura here in Canada. Not that I recommend getting married. So this is from Kyoto. I did find this in Kyoto. I don't have Nansenji, but this is Kiyomizu Dera. So that's basically devoted to the god of water, and this is in Kyoto, and it's one of the more elevated ones. It's higher up on a mountainside, and it has a great view. But, yeah,
Okay.
this has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Guatemala. I just thought this is part of where molecular arts right now is in this city, Kyoto. That's what he's looking at right now. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Well, there's that's
Ooh,
that's that temple. Um,
that's
uh,
means NG.
yeah, yeah, that's Nanseng. That's the temple there.
Gorgeous. Oh, I bet I do have photos of that. I do
Yeah, yeah.
not with
So,
me. Yep. Oh, gorgeous. Yes, not. It's saved in a up in
okay.
there. Yeah, that is
Yeah, I
gorgeous.
figured just a couple pictures I grabbed off there, so
Yep.
you can
There you
feel
go.
what he's looking at.
Right.
But yeah,
We're gonna wrap this up, folks. Thanks so much, Wes. See, that's why I love having you on, man. And whenever I have co-hosts, they always help me out. So I appreciate you doing that.
no problem, no problem at all.
Thanks for being here, folks. DVB says, thankfully for Japan, most of the radioactive waste from Fukushima disaster has gone into the ocean. And by gone, he means government contracted trucks and equipment have pushed it into the ocean.
Mm.
Sashi, and I did see your comment up there. I'm gonna go back up to that, Sashi. Sashi says our mosques are newer buildings because the older ones were made of wood. Same with Canada. We had huge castles and fortifications, and they were made of wood, and they burned. Have you ever seen the movie The Last of the Mohicans? That's a good example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you read this from Sashi?
Sure. Sashi says our temples are a mix of Hindu and Buddhist temples. There was an Indian empire that reached from the northern parts of Malaysia to Shari Vijaya.
Sri yeah. Sure.
Vijaya, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize they reached the Indian culture reached into Malaysia. I really thought it was more of a either an Indonesian or a like a Burmese type of culture.
Oh, that's yeah, man. I'd love to travel more through that area, and I'm attracted to Asia just in general because it's so foreign to Westerners. I mean, just it's on the other side of the world, and it's completely foreign. Everything's my size. They've got history. They've got a lot of history. They've got incredible vegetation, the food, the cuisine, the architecture, you name it, all of it. Yep. And no, do not eat the Fukushima sushi. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go. Do you want to give that a try, Wes?
It pronounced Sir Vijaya, Sir Vijaya. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. No. Well, thank you so much, the JJ. No, that's not what
No.
he said at all. That's DJ Ranichi to finish up says, I like the fact that we and Japan kicked each other's asses in the Pacific and then became friends after the two nukes. Especially glad the Soviets didn't get a piece of Tokyo, like in Berlin.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
And they wanted it.
It messed up. Ask any German. When I was traveling through Germany for the little bit that I did, they would tell you this. I have German friends. Yeah, it messed up Berlin big time.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating city. Berlin's an incredible city to visit. But they're still feeling the effects of that, believe it or not. So, and Tokyo is just incredible. It's like futuristic, but also it's got history, like where I was showing you the local temple right around my neighborhood. So yeah, gorgeous. But anyway, no, you want to try Fukushima sake? Not sure why they're pushing it so. Jesus. Quarter bottle just to play it safe. Okay.
Quarter bottle sake, I'm assuming, yes.
That's oh my goodness, that's funny. You guys are funny. Well, thanks so much for being here. Oh, and yeah, I loved it. I loved Guatemala. I absolutely loved it. So thanks for being.
Beautiful.
Thanks for being here, everybody. And West Kagle, thank you for being here
Always
tonight.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
All right, folks. Have a good night. We'll see you next Thursday.
Good night.
Yes, play outro.